Hey guys, and welcome back to the Final Sun channel. I know you've been hearing a little bit more from me recently this week, but it's because we have such great news. We finally have the launch of the Substation Zero Shield Base and the Tachyon Field missions. So let's go ahead and dig down into this. If you like the content, you're doing me a huge favor if you like and subscribe. I'll keep it pretty short today. I just appreciate the support you guys show me, and it means a lot if you do that. But I know there's a lot of content, and that's what you guys are excited to see today. The first thing we're going to look at right here is that they did introduce new objectives for you to do. If you look up here, there's a whole new quest chain for Substation Zero. I like that. I like that they're adding new content in here so you can pursue them to get the rewards, and they're updating those pretty regularly so that we can have more objectives and missions to do. If we end up backing out of that and we're looking at the globe here, we can see I was incorrect. This was not located in the same area as the iconic missions for Black Widow, but rather we're locating them in the Pacific. So looking at that, we can go straight there, teleport to the base, and get a look at what it looks like. If you click on it and you start teleporting there, you're actually going to be taken to this cutscene with Maria Hill, where she's suggesting that you come talk to her face to face and start the new story that's going to progress. And you get a little bit more information once you're there. Once you get through that and you're there, you can finally see this iconic scene that they've been teasing so long on Twitter. It's nice actually being able to see it from the base's perspective, where you can see where it's located, and you really get to explore it more than just seeing the short little gif of Iron Man standing in front of it. Iconically, of course, I'm playing Iron Man here, so you're going to get a similar scene, just different armor, but you can actually see the Quinjet that's docked here in Substation Zero and explore. I run around just about the entire base here to see what is accessible and what might be accessible in the future. You saw that wired fence. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to go there, but maybe sometime in the future. I want to point out right here that we have this little episode running into these NPCs right here. They weren't saying anything crucial, but this phase in and out I think might allude to the story or the intro into Kate Bishop that we might get here soon. So that was pretty neat. I'm interested to see where it might possibly go. Of course, we got Dum Dum Dugan. We saw him in their post and their teasers earlier on, but we're finally able to go and interact with him. Well, we're at least able to see him and hear him comment, but we can't interact with him yet. And just like they promised in the update, they said that we'd have some terminals for the factions so that we don't have to go to each base to access the different missions. So when you see me running around here, that's what I'm looking for as well, as I want to make sure I know where all these is located and just see what areas are currently off limits. While exploring, I noticed there were several things here, like SIDNEY had been transported to the base now. And if you're familiar with the game, that he is currently on the helicarrier, which raises the question, is he still on the helicarrier? Or do you have to come here to get the faction rewards for him now? I'll get into that in a little bit. But it's also important to notice that they did also include a Roy model in this area so that you can go and get gear from here as well using your materials rather than having to go to the anthill or to the helicarrier to do so. There are a lot of terminals that look like they might be able to be used in the future. I'm excited to see what the prospect for that is. There's just a lot of unused space right now, so I'm hoping that they incorporate this in a way that maybe we'll have some raids coming out of this shield base where you have to access them from these computers, or more quest chains that involve these. But of course, you access the war table the same way you would at any other place, and it's near Maria Hill's office. If you go in there and you speak to Maria Hill, she will present you with an intro to a story where she's talking about getting the best for the job. But what she's really introducing you to are the Tachyon Rift missions. And we're not going to dive down into those in this video. This is surely just a breakdown of what the new shield base looks like and everything you can access there. But she's explaining that there have been some temporal anomalies related to these Tachyon Rifts, and she would like you, and of course the other Avengers, to go and access them and research them and potentially close them if they end up being a threat. Just head of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of business. She also mentioned that Alessandra Morales is now here in the base and to talk to her in order to move on. So again, she was the person you usually got the S.H.I.E.L.D. faction quest from, but now they've been moved. And if you look around, you can now find the Inhuman faction terminal that I was mentioning earlier, and you can accept those quests so that you do not have to go to the anthill to get them. You still have to go to the anthill to claim your rewards, but you do not have to go there to get the quests themselves. And right now it looks like you can't accept the faction quest from her while you're talking to her specifically about the ongoing quest, but afterwards I'm sure you can, and you can get those faction quests directly from her in this location. Once you do talk to her, of course she recommends that you go take on these Tachyon Rifts missions, and it's just important before going in here that we're just going to look at the different mission on the map. Know that this is a one-time daily mission you can do, but you can do it each day, and it is also multiplayer. I switched to a character here that has enough power level to go in to see how much the power modifier is entering the mission, and also to see for sure that you can go in there with your friends. So after I switch to Thor, I click on the mission, I look at the modifiers to see what's here. They added the Meridian modifier, which I believe is new, where it has a time limit to complete some of your objectives. So you will have a little bit of pace going through these, but if you have your friends with you, it probably won't be a problem. And then once you go in there, you can actually see that you can enable matchmaking. So 100% you can do this multiplayer. It is the first end game content that you don't have to do solo, and that in itself is super exciting. After getting hyped about this, I decided to go back to the helicarrier. I wanted to make sure I could see where all the NPCs were and if they were somehow still on the helicarrier as well. Alisande was gone, and if you look, it leaves a message telling you that she is now located at Shield Substation 0. But next to her is also the new Inhuman console, is the new Shield console that you can use to locate your quest for that faction. So even if you don't go to the new base to get them from Alisande, you can get them from that different terminal. Of course, the vendors are still here. You can still talk to Roy and get your equipment from him in exchange for some resources. And of course, the cosmetic vendor is still here, and you can talk to Chastity to get more costumes. You can also preview the costumes now with the newest patch, so you're able to look at them before you actually purchase them, which is huge because I felt like it was kind of annoying to have to go to the menu, go to your cosmetics, and look at them previously, but now you can do it from the store itself. I also just wanted to confirm that SIDNEY was still not here as well. If you get all the way to the back, you're going to get a similar message where it says SIDNEY has now transported to the new Shield base. So you're not going to be able to access him from here anymore. You'll actually have to go to Substation 0. And well, that's the biggest updates for the locations themselves. I am super optimistic about this change. I am looking forward to seeing what they're going to do, and I just think it's a huge step in the right direction to get us on a more multiplayer focused end game grind so that we can get that exotic gear, we can play with our friends, and really focus on the most important parts of this game. If this content helped you out and you're interested in seeing more, do me that huge favor and like and subscribe and drop something in the comments to let me know what you want to see. I appreciate the support and I want to know your feedback to show you guys what you're interested in seeing. With that, I'll call it a day, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day.